My name's Adam Olshan, work for Vicarious Visions. I'm the lead animator on Mua2. The lead animator basically will set direction for the animation on the game. I'd be involved in all the meetings to set up the characters, and I would give them direction on kind of the mood of the character, or basically the movement palette for that character. The character animation process starts with the concept for the character. So the concept artists will get together. They've amassed a large quantity of reference from online and comic books and whatnot. I'll be involved in that process to really look at what the style of that character is going to be. Do they have weapons? Things of that nature. So once that model is ready, it really informs the animators as to how they should stand and how they should move. And it all starts with that idle pose. We start first and foremost from comic reference. Comic books, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, because comic books really want to find that ultra dynamic pose for that character. Everything is almost like, as an animator, we'll call it an extreme pose. Our two lead characters, Iron Man and Captain America, will hold themselves, chest out, chin up. And then you'll have somebody like Penance, another example, again, who, kind of gets low and he's kind of got his head down. And it's really just making sure that we're doing justice to that character, in every time that you see that character, everything that character does. Once we have that idle pose, we can start to branch different animations out from that. For Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, the majority of our motion capture was used for what we called EDCs, or engine-driven cutscenes.
You, dumb as nails shield clones! I saw what you did to those cherry blossoms back there. You think those things grow on trees?
Rolling. Firing.
Motion capture is, you put somebody in the suit, you put a performer in the suit, you have cameras around a capture volume, and you capture their motion. And that becomes data points. We bring that data in, put it on our character models, and we can send that into the game, and we can modify it. We cut it up so that it fits the game. Straight up hand keys, we start with that character and its modeled bind pose, and we just go to town. It really helped to have the animators have total control. We get up and act it out. We get up and really be like, how is this character going to stand and hold himself or herself? And taking in mind also the physicality of that model, how it could deform. And then you have somebody like Mr. Fantastic.
I think your interference has gone on long enough.
Who is now supposed to be able to stretch and scale and create different shapes. And it's, from the outset, you look at that, and from a technical standpoint, you kind of shrivel up a little bit, because it wasn't the easiest thing in the world. I grouped together with our tech artist and one of our engineers and came up with a way that we could actually easily deform his rig, so we could scale those bones and we could really give him the stretch and the big hands when he was going to come down and smash for some of his power moves, and his fusions where he almost slingshots himself and he pulls himself out into like a 100-foot, rubber band. The animators who wound up working with that rig and really working with the character wound up loving it. So it was almost like we had to put a lot of work into just one character out of the army that we had to create, and it paid great dividends. He's a great character to play, and he's a great character to animate.
Why don't they ever learn?
And then just to know that I'm going to take this one small piece, and I'm going to do this hundreds, maybe thousands of times for multiple different types of characters, so that they all kind of fit the big picture of the game. And just the non-linear fashion of it, that I'm not really watching something from start to finish. I'm really involved in shaping it as I go along. And creating it, I have to keep that in mind when I create every single animation for this particular character. It definitely takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of it takes a lot of commitment, because you want to put everything you have into each one of these characters.